mogul and they know that. Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex.
You know, we going down there to celebrate, but man, on the way here, just to like lighten my mood, I was listening to Special Delivery like the whole time.
Special Delivery?
Yeah, the G-Dap joint.
Yeah.
Boy, man, that joint, they drinking me hype. But I
Yeah.
listen to that joint all the way from Maryland through D.C.
For real?
Coming
On loop?
here.
On repeat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I be
Just
listening to that. Dun, dun. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's my jump.
Nah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Nah, man, but how's everything?
Everything good, man. Everything's everything. Just got back from Vegas not too long ago, so
Okay.
now I'm just chilling out, mellowing down, getting back to reality. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean, like everything that's going on. Like I know you was in the middle of vacation when that happened, but
yeah, it was weird because I found out right when I was in Vegas. Like we was about to go to me and my girls about to go to the movies and see what was it, Us?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We was in the car. We seen the jump. We was like Nipsey Hussle got shot.
Yeah.
We was like, hold up. So the whole car ride there, we was quiet. We was just like refreshing the timeline. I seen videos. I'm like, I saw this one video. It was like getting CPR. I was like, I don't even want to look at this jump before I go into the movie.
Welcome to Relentless Reasons, episode 3. I'm your gracious host, Amiri Fannin, here with some good men. Nino,
yes,
how
sir.
you
Yes,
is
sir.
here? Gadget's over there working the boards. How you feeling? You all right? You look healthy, man. But nah, like I really want to dedicate this episode to Nipsey Hussle and Tyrique Hudson. Both rest in peace. And with that being said, I kind of want to dive like right into the Nipsey Hussle subject, man. That I was in. You said you was going your way to see Us. I was in the movies. I think I was watching Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
And and like, you know how you wait for the end of the Marvel movies, like for the end of the credits. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll do that. I'm gonna just check my phone because you know what I'm saying. I haven't looked at my phone in a little minute, and I know it's probably I don't see if I got notifications and stuff. Yeah. So I checked it, and my bro Easy had actually texted me.
Oh, Easy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, he texted me. He was like, bro, Nipsey died, and I was just like,
what?
Like he sent me like the caption and everything, and I was just like, it's no way. So I immediately go to Google and was like Nipsey Hussle, and yo, it had like the whole case just right there. Like the stuff was still unraveling. It was like fresh off.
It was weird because we were just talking about that man off air on the last podcast.
Yeah,
remember me, you, and
yep.
Easy. We were sitting here talking about the albums that
Yeah.
had dropped. We was talking about his got brought up.
Yep. And
crazy,
I was looking at that, and I was just thinking like, it's no way. Like he was just getting into his bag, like in terms of what he was preaching about, giving back to his community. Had a fire first album, had fire mixtapes, but had a fire debut album. I know he was only coming back stronger, you know what I'm saying? And he got Grammy nominated for his first album. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? That cliche saying that like he had so much promise, he had a long, life ahead of him, but Nipsey was actually, you know what I'm saying, like one of those people I felt touched me. How did he touch you?
I'm going to be 100% transparent. Like, even in the last episode when you was talking off air about Nipsey, y'all said victory lap. I'm like, I mean, it was good. Like, I ain't think it was like.
You didn't think it was exceptional?
I ain't think it was, I said it was good. Like, that's a good album. I say the same thing today. So, I ain't really know he was doing all that stuff, like, in his community and all that. Like, Nipsey Hussle was one of those rappers for me. I was like, yeah, that dude can rap.
Right.
Like that. And that was just it. That's as far as it went for me. Yeah, he can rap. He good.
Well,
but I ain't know about all that extra stuff he was doing for real. I had myself
giving back to his community.
I had to go back and actually listen to what he was talking about and go back to his mixtapes and listen to them Jones too to actually get like a full scope of who he was as a person. Cause I listened to the album the first time and I just listened to it. You feel me? Like, but then after all that was going on, people was telling me about type of person he was. I had to go back and really pay attention to the stuff he was talking about. Yeah. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, this is what people were saying the whole time.
Right. Now, just from a communal aspect and a like a pro-black aspect, he like a lot of them verses hit harder. Yeah. Like you listen to the opening track of Victory Lap, you listen to Blue Laces 2, you listen to Double Up, you listen to Keys to the City. Just talking about the importance of black economics and giving back to your community and owning your own and not, selling up owning your masters and, just owning your businesses, starting the businesses so you have something to pass to your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Till the documentary he's going to do on Dr. Sebi, to, you know what I'm saying? Just all the things he was doing in his community, the way he impacted everybody in the music industry. I just think is, you know what I'm saying? It was really heartbreaking. Like that threw my whole energy off for like the next 3 days.
That's the weirdest part. Like I said, he wasn't like one of my favorite artists or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when that happened, like I ain't know the impact it was gonna have just for me personally. I'm like, yo, like that's wild. That really happened to that man like that. Like it hit different for me. And like I ain't even like know the dude like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like my whole time like, why is this like not sit well with me right now?
Yeah.
Like, all of this just does not sit well. It's messing up my spirit.
Right. And I think for me it hits different too because I met him. So
did you?
Yeah. He had an album signing in Arundel Mills, one of the hotels outside of Arundel Mills. The 2 weeks after his album came out.
Wow.
It was like I think it was like February 18th.
So you was actually rocking with Nipsey.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Nah, for real. Like he had a great little event. Like I think 95.5 was out there, 93.9 was out there. They were hosting the event. And he had us like line up and stuff, and just like I could just tell like his energy even when he was speaking to one of the hosts on the radio show to when I actually got to dap him up after he signed my album. It was just like, yeah, he's authentic. He's really living out. He's putting people on. He's empowering the youth. Like everything to me was just you don't really get that. Like that's a generational. That really is like a Tupac of our generation, because even if you didn't really rock with his music, it's kind of, if you have a certain loyalty to your community, it's hard not to feel what he was saying. Yeah. And even the way he took care of his family. Like he was taking care of kids that wasn't his own.
Right.
Being a father figure to them.
For sure.
You know, being a good husband to Lauren London. Like it's just like the epitome of a great man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that really, it kind of took me back a little bit, because it's just like, damn, like they really killing all our leaders out here. Like, is, you know what I'm saying? That like that I feel that Malcolm X, MLK syndrome all coming back, and I can't really, you know what I'm saying, put my finger on like the exact connection towards them two, but I think it's there. You know what I'm saying? I think the connection between him and our ancestors, like he was definitely not a reincarnation, but a echo of them, if you will. So to me, we'll never get another one of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like, it's different for like, cause when you lose, like Big and Pac passed when I was 1 and 2 years old. Yeah. So it's like, I didn't really feel that. Big Pun passed when I was 5. So I felt it a little bit because he's one of my favorite rappers, but I'm still young. I ain't had that connection with him like somebody that's like 15 or older, you know what I'm saying, in the teenage or the young adult age would feel. So yeah, man, this one hits a little different.
Yeah, and then it's always like people like that. When you hear the stories, it was like it said Nipsey Hussle got shot. I was like, oh dang, like he good, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, stitch him up a little bit. He gonna be back. He gonna talk about it a little bit, and he gonna be back to normal. Then when they said he died, I was like, whoa.
I think one of the narratives, while we continue to celebrate the life of Nipsey, one of the narratives that's got to die is we got to do better. Just because somebody in our community doesn't represent us well, he's not a reflection of the entire community.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Like, I saw a lot of that floating around on social media, like, we got to do better. Like, when other people in the community, in other communities, kill each other, they don't jump out to say we need to do better, because that one person doesn't represent that, that whole community per se, and that light, but so I can't.
The reason why I'm not mad at that is because it kind of serves as a constant reminder for us to like really love our people.
I agree.
One person does not reflect everybody, but it's always a reminder with some. Cause maybe it's just people along the way that like got off track. Yeah. Like from the previous death. Anytime somebody died, we do this every single time. So maybe somebody got off track, And this is another reminder, yo, like, we got to do better. He's like, all right, yeah, you right. Matter of fact, I got off track a little bit. Let me get back on track. That's how I see it when I see that. That's why I'm not mad at it when I see stuff like that.
But see, the thing you're articulating is more of an accountability piece.
It
you
is
know
holding,
what I'm saying?
It is holding
and I agree with you. My problem is when we cross the border of accountability to the blame game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this person is a reflection. Like, nobody's gonna put somebody as a reflection of our whole community if they're doing negative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's there. Yeah. And we shouldn't spend energy highlighting him as a reflection of our community, but you know, for the dumb stuff he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think I agree with you. Like, that accountability piece is definitely there. You know what I'm saying? We should hold our brothers and sisters accountable, but at the same time know that, you know, one bad apple is not a reflection of the entire good of our community, because our community is not only represented by, you know, we're not monolithic people.
But I think we know that, though.
Yeah.
I think we know that. I don't think there's anybody out there that's, especially us, people of color, that's saying, nah, he a reflection of everybody. Everybody needs to do better. I don't think anybody's doing that.
No, like, they're not now. I think it's dying down now, but that's because a lot of people are getting checked, too.
But, you know, that's the point I was going to bring up. Like, this Nipsey stuff, nobody's having it, bro. Yeah, nobody's accepting no type of slander. That's how you know, like, the type of real dude that he was. He was loved. No slander being tolerated anywhere, bro.
And if it does come up, they are on it.
Like, anytime another rapper died, you always got like, he died, but he beat women. He did this. He had sexual allegations. But then, like, he died.
Nah, it's hard to dig up skeletons that don't exist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really. What can you say about a guy that was nothing but love? You know, love given and encompassing love itself. You know what I'm saying? So how can you not? You know what I'm saying? How can you tolerate that from anybody?
Yeah, that's rare too. You know, one person came out and said nothing from what I've seen.
Yeah, so. Man, and to me, like, I'm really looking at this case a little differently in terms of, like, justice needs to be served, and and you and I talked about this offline. Like, I don't know if I want to say that it's just something that's independent of strings being pulled elsewhere. If you feel where I'm getting at.
You think it's a conspiracy?
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's foolish I think it's foolish for people to dismiss conspiracy theorists. Like, I think that's a dismissal way to address something if we see other strings.
So what do you think happened then?
I think he's guilty. What's his name? Eric Gordon?
Well, yeah, we saw him do it.
Yeah, you know, we saw it's tape. That's evident.
Yeah, but you saying you don't think he acted independently?
I think going forward in terms of where I'm telling you now, Nino, if he get off, and when I say
he's not getting off.
I mean, when I say get off, I'm talking about probation.
He's not getting off for nothing, bro. He's gonna stay there.
Hey, man, I don't put nothing past these people. You got the guy from the OJ case, that prosecutor from the OJ case, who's not even a public defender defending him now.
Bro, then that means he's going to lose. He couldn't even get OJ, bro. What you mean?
But that was
he lost that one. That was an open and shut case.
No, it wasn't open and shut. It was open and shut at the end. You know how long?
OJ files?
Yeah, no, I did. But do you know how extensive that? Do you know how extensive that case was?
Yes, bro. It was dumb mistakes that they made.
On the process, on the
I'm not even no lawyer. I can be like, bro, like, what
no. I agree with you. The prosecution made dumb mistakes, which has led to OJ getting off. But the fact that it was so extensive and to begin with, to your point, saying that it was been open and shut. If it was open and shut, it wouldn't have lasted longer than a month. How?
It would have been open and shut if they didn't pull that glove out. Yeah, that's all they had to do.
Gadget, how long? Fact check me. How long was that OJ case?
They had it in the bag. As soon as he pulled the glove out, it was a wrap.
But Nino, that didn't come to the end. But that didn't come to the end. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's a bar. First and foremost, that's a bar. That's what won it. That's what wanted that bar. But of course, it's gonna come at the end. That's when you close the whole thing out.
Yeah,
like, you build the whole case, and then at the end,
man. But you making it sound like it's open and shut. Like, okay, this is going a month tops. When
I seen all that, I said, I don't understand how this man got on.
Well, yeah, because you got the Mark Furman tapes, and then you got, you know what I'm saying. Facts. So it was a bunch of pieces and holes in the prosecution argument and collusion.
Yeah.
The
opening statements were made January 24th, 1995.
The
verdict was announced October
Come on, fam. That's 9 months.
Yeah.
That you see, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not if it was open and shut, you talking what? A month tops.
I mean, of course, it's gonna be extended out because of the type of person that he was, right? He's O.J. Simpson.
Nah, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. Okay. I can't. Yeah. But back to the Nipsey case. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but I'm in terms of the aftermath of his death. I am leaning to if your homeboy gets off, I'm a Dick Gregory this joint. I'm spending money to do research and all.
What makes you think he's getting off? I don't think he has a shot in hell of getting off.
I mean, of course, I want to wait for more evidence to come out, but
it's a video. What evidence did you need?
No. I don't need evidence that he's guilty. Yeah, I need evidence that it's not strings being pulled elsewhere when it comes to solving this case. In terms of because the case still has to go to trial. Case hasn't gone to trial yet.
How would you get evidence of that if it never happened?
No, that's what I was just saying. I have to wait for more to come out. But I'm saying if homeboy gets off, I'm telling you, I'm a Dick Gregory this joint. Okay. I'm spending money for research. All that. Okay,
so
like,
let me rephrase. So what I
the
would
way
say
Nipsey was shot.
If you do think other strings are being pulled elsewhere, what makes you think you gonna get that information?
You can pay for information. You can read.
You think you, a regular dude from Maryland, is going to get that information?
I ain't regular, first of all. Okay, I ain't regular. I ain't regular.
But you are just
I ain't never been regular.
You a citizen, and you think the government is pulling strings. What makes you think they going to tell you?
Dick Gregory was a citizen, too. Dr. Claude Anderson's a citizen.
We know Dick Gregory, though. We know these names.
Yeah, and they spend money to do research.
You gonna spend all that money to do research?
Absolutely.
Where you gonna get the money from?
Don't worry about that. Nah, but I think.
Okay. Hey, if you figure out, let me know. Side text me on the WhatsApp though.
Nah,
don't do it on
for real. Like, and Nipsey owning all his masters and all the businesses, buying that plaza, opening up the Marathon store, selling his own merch, selling his mixtape for $100. That was unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd never heard of nobody selling that. You know what I'm saying? I want to hit on a topic. Like the importance of the black dollar, like the importance of black money, and we kind of hit on that a little bit with the reparations thing. But sure. I think black people need to realize like the power of we have a $1.1 trillion spending power, but yet we own 0.5% of 1% of everything in this country. Part of that was established through the Tulsa, Oklahoma community from the 1900s to the 1920s. But I wanted to get your take on that before, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think is the importance of black business owning and, like, owning?
Well, it's actually kind of funny because I be on YouTube looking at random stuff, right? So today, I was talking to my line brothers, and they reminded me, I was thinking about my fraternity. I'm like, let's just look at what these other frat houses is looking like. You feel me? So I Googled best frat houses, right? All of them white, of course.
Oh my god.
SAE, all them white orgs.
Yeah.
Bruh, they got like 55 rooms. They got hot tubs. They got AstroTurf outside. I'm thinking to myself, like, how they get all this money? How they get all this money? Because first of all, they're people that are part of the organization, are leaders of this country. Yeah. Not just like not just in the communities. They're like founders of Campbell Soup, founders of presidents, congressmen, senators, House of Representatives. They donate $4.1 million to these houses. That's just the house on campus. So only imagine what they donate to the school to allow them to get away and do what they want to do on campus. That's the type of spending power I want us to have. I want us to build the amount of wealth where we can do things like that, and we don't have to venture off to other people. We could just do it from within ourselves.
I think the only effective way to do what you're saying to where you can give back in such large amounts like that is to really not only invest in black businesses, but take your passion and really invest in that. Yes. I think the genius thing, I heard Styles P say this one time. He said the goal, I think one of the ultimate goals in life in terms of when it comes to your career is to turn a passion into a hobby, into a career. And that's how I try to, outline my life after, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if one of your passions is to educate, you don't have to necessarily wait to get a job at a school. You can get your certifications or your accreditation. I don't know how that necessarily works for my educators out there, but you can start your own private school. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have that funded. You know what I'm saying? So I think overall the most important thing is to find your purpose and then to invest in yourself so you have something to hand off to your kids. You don't want to, because that one, think about it like this too. I want to give you some facts. Like, we only own 7% of small businesses. Yeah. But nationally, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I think that directly correlates to the average family household only having $96,000 annually. You know what I'm saying? Where I think to whites it's like $1 million something, like the average. I think
we know what to do now. I just think now it's all about time. Like you have to continue to teach these lessons and continue to wait. In time, I think we'll get there. Because you got to remember, we were set back. The white people, they had an advantage over us for a very long period of time. So they was running this race for a minute before we even like got to the starting line to even start. You feel me?
In fact, to double up on that point, I read an article that said for us to even catch that current rate that the whites are at now, it would take 230 years. Okay. If we were to be put on the same level field in terms of accumulation of wealth right now as whites, it would take us 230 years to close that wealth gap between our, you know what I'm saying?
So that proves that little the theory I had there. So like, I think with time we gonna get there. Like, especially like, I feel like this generation, we're really starting to think about that more and more.
Yeah, you see the rise of a bunch of black, especially with black women. They're really
for real.
Like, they're really emerging that black business and ownership.
Right. Anytime I'm on my timeline, I see a business, whether it's hair, whether
makeup,
it's nails, whether it's lashes, makeup.
Oh my God!
Healthy foods, bro. I see
I can count
all black businesses.
Man, the amount of women I know with lash companies that graduated from A&T
and I'm not
alone,
mad at any of them neither. I support
at all.
All of it. I'm like, yo, them Jones look good. You better throw them lashes.
Yeah,
you better get your money, man. And then like, anytime like a generational person such as Nipsey sends that message and then goes off, it redirects our attention. So like, for instance, I think it was Tiger. He went on Twitter. He dropped his little his chain on. It's like $500,000. The most retweeted comment was, "Bruh, ain't nobody worried about that shit no more, man. Go buy a school or something." Yeah,
it's like, something that, and that's what that made me sick. Like, stop wasting your money on goofy shit. Like,
that like, was goofy, bro.
Like something that invest in something that's gonna better your community and appreciate and value, like real estate. You know what I'm saying? Land. Things that you know that you can pass off. Don't go wasted on chains and stuff like that's not gonna mean nothing in a couple of years, or cars, or you know what I'm saying, a bunch of stupid stuff like like Nipsey said, a bunch of those is liabilities. Yeah, it's just you making just a bunch of noise, a bunch of hot air for nothing.
And then like that made me think about how people. Going back to the whole Nipsey thing, I feel like a lot of people is trying to capitalize off the situation.
What you mean?
Like, I feel like, because there is a such thing as people that are truly trying to do good, but it's still mixed in with them trying to capitalize off a situation. Like, for instance, like people, first of all, the people that's trying to capitalize purely, like selling his memorial, like T-shirts and like the little pamphlets or whatever, trying to get money off of it, people were shutting that down off rip. And then, like, for instance, other people starting, like, GoFundMes for his family. Like, even when I went back and listened to his music, I'm like, okay, so in this song, he said he has life insurance. In this song, he says he owns his own masters. In this song, he said his children don't got to worry about nothing. Even I know, like, they good. Like, you don't really have to, like, do all of this. So, like, what is your true intentions for real? Yeah. You feel me? And then they even came out and said, look, like, we appreciate it, but his kids don't need none of that. We don't need any of that. They good. Somebody from his camp came out and said that, and they shut down all the GoFundMes and all that, because I even going back to listen to his music, like I said, I knew his family was good. Yeah. So I don't really know what his true intentions were.
Did you see his mom speak though?
I did see his mom speak.
Did you watch the funeral? Like,
I watched the whole thing.
Yo, I think the one that really touched me outside of Lauren London, of course, I think was Black Sam.
Yeah, his brother. Yeah, I loved his.
Sam said
that was raw gets, bro.
Because he was saying like, yo, like you gotta know. He's basically showed like you gotta know your strengths and your weaknesses. Yo, homeboy said, yo, I tried this joint for 2 weeks. I threw that joint right in the garbage. It's like, yo, I'm rocking with you. Whatever you need, we just gonna fund you. You know what I'm saying? And and just the story of how Nip built the computer and then started
that's
rapping
wild,
over it.
My
just
major's
bringing
computer
home
science,
computer
bro.
cards.
I ain't never just built no computer from spare parts. That's wild.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
pretty
just
incredible.
like he was just, but he was. I think it's real metaphorical in terms of like patience, and I think that's what we have as blacks when we're building our businesses, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that's in terms of building your wealth for your community or for your family for generations. While you're doing that, you got to realize you got to have patience with yourself too. And I think that story with Nipsey in terms of how he was just gradually just bringing home pieces to to build a computer. It wasn't he got everything at once and then built it, and then like overnight it was there. It was like over time he brought this piece, and then he brought this piece, and then when he had all the pieces he need, he put it together and started working on his dream, which will ultimately become a successful rap career.
Right. So my question would be for you is, do you think you need to actually be in that community to give back?
What you
when
mean?
You're on that level. Like, okay, so now the discussion is, it was like, yo, like Nipsey, he got killed in his own community that he was helped building.
Yeah.
So now it's like, yo, do
That's
we
a horrible way to
even go back to the, like, you can give from a distance. Do we even have to go back to the community?
I
if
think
they
so.
Gonna do all of this?
I think so. I didn't think Nipsey was going to, and that's going back to my mindset. It's like people have been killed for, you know what I'm saying? People usually get killed for way more than just being called a snitch. You know what I'm saying? So you see his message, you see what all he's doing. You mean to tell me your instant reaction was just to go to gun violence, knowing the status he holds, not only in gang culture, but in that community overall? But to answer your question directly, yes, I think you do have to go back. I think people have to be able to touch you. I think some of the reasons people get hurt most of the time is not due to your availability, but people thought it was right on the tip of my tongue. Like people being lackadaisical. I don't think Nipsey was extra lackadaisical, but I
don't even think that's the case. He wasn't doing nothing he didn't normally do. Like Black Sam, he said that was the type of person he was. Like Nipsey, he'll go to the store like on a whim just because he felt like he'll go through the hoods like by himself.
Yeah.
That's just the type of person he was.
Yeah.
And that's how respected he was. So if somebody as respected as Nipsey can get shot in his own community and
then
killed,
anybody can get touched.
Meek Mill even done said, I know they'll kill me in my neighborhood, but I still go back.
Nah, he said he had to move his moms off the
I think
block.
you have to do that.
Yeah, he had to move his moms off
I
the
would
block.
do that. Like, come on now, fool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think
you have to go back. You have to. That speaks to your authenticity too.
I don't think it does.
People.
I don't think it does.
No, I'm talking about people being able to touch you. To speak gives more credit to your authenticity.
How much are you really gonna care about that when they're gonna kill? There's a chance they're gonna kill you anyway.
But that's no guarantee,
It's not a guarantee, but you can't say it's not a guarantee to the person that it was a guarantee to. We've already seen it happen. That's like saying that's like talking to somebody that got bit by a shark and you like, man, it's rare you get bit by a shark. I just got bit by a shark. How rare is it to me?
Yeah. That
you see what I'm saying?
Probability number kind of shrinks for the person that actually happens to.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
but Biggie didn't get killed in his hood.
Biggie?
And Biggie was there a lot. Biggie get killed out as
well.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not
that's
people
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Neither did Pac. Pac was killed in Vegas. But he was of course the conspiracy was the whole thing was
those
behind people from his hood.
I think those are like two because Big L got killed in his hood.
Yeah, but Big L got killed because of something his brother was doing, not because of something he was doing. But Big L was on 139 in Lennox a lot.
Okay,
from what I know. From what I heard.
Danger Zone.
Yeah.
I'm already up.
Yeah. So but no, I hear you. I think in order to, you know what I'm saying? I think in order for people to gravitate towards you, and the way people gravitated towards Nipsey, you have to be authentic. And I think something that credits that authenticity is people going back. And that's why people is very much respected in terms of, especially the little ones.
I'll give you an example then. Jay-Z.
Okay.
How often do you think he's there?
Now or in his entire career? No, he's
probably never there.
But
Nino,
but Jay used to roll through Marcy.
When?
In the Rolls Royce.
When?
Throughout his career.
And then he probably realized I can't be riding around this show in Rolls Royces with people riding around in Pintos. I got to get up out of here, bro.
Jay could do that. I think Jay could do that.
You think Jay could do that?
Jay has. I think you got Hove all the way messed up. I think
you can say that about anybody that done got shot and killed. I bet they say, yo,
and Hove was in the life. And Hove was in that life.
You done got Pac messed up, and you think he gonna get shot and killed?
Nah, but Pac didn't die because of just the bullets.
Oh my God!
Yeah, bro, you gotta stop dismissing. You can't dismiss just. But you think it's a conspiracy?
I don't take everything at face value, but I don't jump to conspiracy with everything.
I'm not jumping to conspiracy.
You just said he didn't get killed by the gunshots.
He didn't. He died in the hospital.
How?
After the surgery.
Really? But from what though?
Fam.
From what, bruh? From gunshot wounds, fool.
Okay.
So you think they just took a little scalpel, just stabbed his heart?
Do you know the number one illegal? Do you know the number one illegal export out of this country is black body parts? It's not even drugs.
Are you shitting me?
No, on the black market.
Where'd you find this at? Is he shitting me?
No,
it's black body parts.
Yes, organ stealing. Organ stealing.
No, I know that's a thing, but I didn't know that's the. No, it's not.
The number one illegal export.
So how much does like a heart go for? Because I know like
now those the specific numbers. I ain't. Don't give me the line.
That's why they say black people we shouldn't put organ donor on our driver's license.
Dick Gregory's been preaching about that for
real
years.
I didn't know about that till my girl said something. She said that she's like close to this family, and one of their family members got in like a bad accident, I believe it was, and they pretty much pulled the plug on him before they wanted to pull the plug on him because they wanted like to harvest his organs and stuff.
That's wild. Think even when they do the firing squad now, I think
they can't do that no more.
No. When it was, I think after a certain time, like it used to be like heart shots, body shots. At the one point, they was shooting in the heart, in the head, and harvesting everything from the neck down.
For real?
Yeah.
I think they should bring that back.
No, they shouldn't.
You don't think they should bring firing squad back?
No.
Why?
I know. We're not doing capital punishment.
Well, it's here. I'm saying.
It's here.
Oh, you want to abolish all of it?
Yeah. No.
I'm not mad at that. I can see why. I watch a lot of TV, them little shows that talk about stuff like that.
The people the people that supposed to get it don't get it, and the people that don't get it, that do get it aren't supposed to get it. But to wrap up this Nipsey thing, I think, or the black economics thing in general, I think the most important thing for us to do outside of, again, starting our own businesses and, just following that path is also investing in the ones that are already here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? One of the things that made, Tulsa so great is that, well, one, they had to. You couldn't go to the whites for anything and nowhere. You couldn't shop with them anywhere. So they had to have their own libraries, their own hospital, their own schools. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Claude Anderson, and I sent you that clip. He wrote this book called Powernomics, where he talks about the importance of black spending and, how if you don't control your economics, you really can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't control your narrative in any field, social field ever. He said one of the most powerful things he said is like blacks have been marching for 150 years and haven't moved an inch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and that speaks to the importance of investing in black and empowering black business. Yeah.
You don't have no leverage.
You don't. And you don't
just
control
all talk at that point.
Yeah, and that's why when people look at me crazy when I say we have to revolt as a community, one of the important things I think I don't know if I said this on episode 1, but when it comes to voting, my family and we sit down and review all the candidates. It's
you mentioned that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's good stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that
sure.
all that voting means nothing if you don't have the economics to back it. If you don't have an economic foundation, you don't control your political agenda at all. Which is why the Chinese can move the way they move, or the Asian community in general can move the way they move. The Jewish, the whites, the Hispanic. Money. You know what I'm saying? They can control. They can hand a 50-page document over to the executive branch and be like, we want this, or the legislative branch and say, we want this. And if not, we're going to retract that money. You know why? Because they move it as a community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They really invest into moving as one mind. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, we we're in such disarray that we had this individualistic approach. And when you can't do that, when you've been the most marginalized and most oppressed people, you know, historically and currently, you own 1/2 of 1% of the wealth in this country. Part of that was accumulated through the Tulsa, Oklahoma community. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's like this real important for us, like, you know, moving forward.
We gonna get there though. It just takes time. Things like this take time, bro. You're not gonna see it in your lifetime. I don't think you're gonna see it. I think it's gonna take. You're gonna see the progress. You're gonna see the baby steps are still steps. So you're gonna see it, but I don't think you're gonna see like the end result of what you want in in your lifetime.
Nah, I mean, I hope I see remnants of it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I think you are.
I
think you will.
Yeah, because my parents, like, when Obama was first elected, you know, they didn't think they was ever gonna see that in their lifetime.
Yeah, my grandfather said the same thing because he remembers like the whole black, black water fountains, white water fountains. He would drink from the white ones just to be like a rebel and stuff like just to be like funny. He like the movie theaters. The black people had to sit up top. The whites got the bottoms. But he said, "Man, my neck, they necks was hurting sitting down there. I was chilling up top."
Oh,
like,
for real?
Yeah, like he remembers all of that. So I remember when Obama won, it was a big deal for him. So that's already a baby step right there.
Yeah. I also want to send a tribute to Tyrique Hudson, who is an Aggie alum. It was just did you read that case?
I read the whole thing.
Don't you? And this speaks to the white privilege and just the nonchalant behavior of our justice system.
So
like,
nonchalant, bro.
How could you file for something? You saw he filed. He clearly thought his life was threatened. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, and then he files for a restraining order, and you dismiss that,
right? And didn't even, I guarantee you, they didn't even look into the case or look at the other guy, because all you have to do was look at the name of the other guy, run your little background check, and figure out he's been like, he's been an offender before, bro. Like, he's had instances when he was bothering other people, and you're not even gonna look into that, and then we're all gonna play surprise when oh my God, I can't believe he would actually shoot and kill this young. He told people he was gonna shoot and kill him.
The Capital Gazette ran this paper, and the Baltimore Sun, I think, are the only ones who did some of the research. I ain't even gonna give this joker no
bro, I was hot when I seen that jump, bro.
Airtime.
I was pissed.
But to your point, he was arrested in 1996 on charges of reckless endangerment, concealing a deadly weapon, disorderly conduct in a public place, and having an unregistered rifle and shotgun on the online court records. 3 of those charges in 1996 was dropped. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting
stuff too that he done got in trouble for, bro. That's why I don't understand. Like, you could do a simple background check. Like, you really just go online. If you don't want to use the resources within your jurisdiction that you're a part of, you do a damn Google search, bro. Like, just look on Google. It don't take that much. I can find people that have offenses on Google.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's not that difficult. Yeah. That's why that don't have me hot, bro. I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
fool.
that made me real angry, and that leads me to another point I wanted to talk about too. Like, the importance of black men arming themselves. Like, y'all get ready. Y'all think everything y'all saying is by happen chance. Like, if in any state, look up your gun laws in your state and arm yourselves, especially the black men, because you gotta. If they kill us all, ain't nobody gonna be here to protect our women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the second I sent you this article, I was just like, yo, fam, I'm going to get my license the second I get a chance. Like, the second I was done texting you, I registered. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel in terms of?
Well, I want to too.
Oh, you do?
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
Just because just off the strength
he was in Glen Burnie of all
places.
Glen
Burnie, bro. When I saw Glen Burnie, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, but only off the strength of the fact that I'm in a house full of women. So
they hit home differently,
bro. What? Like, if I hear somebody banging on my door, bro, I'm pulling the joint out. I want to be able to do that. Yeah. In case he got something.
Yeah,
and if he got something, I ain't got nothing. What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Nah, I say go to the furthest extent to getting one. Like,
it's gonna happen.
You have to protect your family.
Yeah, I'm gonna be good in case something like that.
Nah, for real.
I don't know if he gonna be good, but I'm gonna be good
straight
regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just egregious. I hope they put him under the jail. Like, that's just I seen Tyrique, walk in the halls of McNair and Graham and Cherry. So it's kind of like, it's like, damn, like you right there. You trying to start your career just like me. You really trying to get off the ground successful. You got your own place. Like, and then what made it even worse is that the dude had threatened him, like saying like your time is coming.
Yeah,
like
he was taking out the trash. He was just taking out his trash. He comes back to his apartment and the dude was like, you knew this time was coming.
That's how they. You see, this is why I don't rule out anything when it comes to the whites. Like, I don't rule anything out when it comes to them. Like, they can, like, in the totality of things, there's so much that they've done to us historically. It's kind of like how I think it would be foolish of us to just dismiss it. Oh, that's just a conspiracy.
Yeah, but see that now you're doing the same thing that you was talking about earlier with the black dude applying it to everybody. You just did that to that white guy that trying to kill him.
All right, so no, I don't think all white people kill. I think historically the numbers show that they've never had our best interests at heart.
Well, I mean, clearly.
But that's the fundamental difference between our community and their community. It's not a large number. It's not a large number of us just out here killing.
Matter of fact, this kind of steers off topic.
Okay.
Cause it got brought up. I saw a video on Twitter. So do you think black people can be racist? And then if you don't think so, why?
No, in terms of systematic oppression, in terms of systematic racism, no, you don't have the power. That goes back to the economics. Okay. You own 1/2 or 1%. You don't have the power to influence or dictate the well-being of somebody else's life. You got to realize racism is not just prejudice or discrimination. I could go, you and I can go out in front of a 7-Eleven and be like, we hate white people. We can't dictate where they go to school. We can't gentrify them out of their house. Mm-hmm. We can't determine what grocery stores they shop at. None of that. We can't determine where they work at and the amount of annual income they receive. None of that. That's just our prejudice and discrimination based off whatever factor we have. Yeah. But when that discrimination and prejudice meets a power complex where you are inflicting the well-being or in a negative or positive way, in a negative way, then that's how you get a racist system.
See,
so no.
Okay, so that's from an economic standpoint. So I won't even go that far. All I'll say is, by large, we don't hate other races.
We're the most forgiving people. Yeah,
like, for being other races. Like, we don't hate white people for being white people. We hate white people because what they did to us. They hate us because we're black.
Right. Just for being who we are naturally.
Like, what
God
did we do to
us.
You, bro? Like, we didn't do anything to any of these people.
I hate when people make that argument like the reverse racism. There's no reverse racism. There's no such thing. If I don't like you, I just don't like you. I can't affect your well-being. Is what, you know what I'm saying? So even outside of an economic standpoint, like, can you really separate it outside of an economic standpoint? Because
I just did.
No, I'm saying, but your power in this country, which Dr. Claude Anderson also talks about, is he says your power and your ability to move forward is dependent upon your economics. So your ability to influence anything you have you want to have a say so in is economic foundation. So it's kind of hard because think about it, we live in a capitalistic society. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not socialist, it's not communist. So capitalist is based off wealth. It's based off commerce. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to separate those two. That's why you can't be racist. You can't. I don't even get why black people. You know what I'm saying? I call them white apologists. I don't even know why they even try to make that
argument. White apologists?
Yeah. What are you?
Why you call them white apologists?
What the hell are you talking? Like, what the hell are they talking about? That can we be racist? Have you ever seen like let's be real. Like you've never seen a group of black people try to attack a group of white people and get away with it.
It's not a matter of getting away with it. It's the fact at hand that you did it.
Okay.
but I don't think we can be racist either.
I don't get that argument.
I don't get it either.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people always try to, they try to make something like, because you got, I guess, white associates or white friends, they try to find ways to dismiss the past or history or fact.
We should get a white friend here. on the podcast?
Nino.
Why not, bruh?
Don't play with me.
Come on,
No.
why not, bruh?
Hey,
That's an interesting combo. Come on, man.
All right. Okay. You always ask me these. You always ask me these white people questions. I don't even know why you want them here. It's about us.
I want to hear from their side, man.
They don't got no side. They've been telling their side for 600 years.
I love everybody. I'm open.
Fam, they've been telling their side for 600 years. We hear you loud and clear. We know what side of the fence majority of y'all stand on. We hear you loud and clear.
I don't see that from being from here, bro. PG County, I mean, the white people I've met, they cool with me, bro.
Yeah, they don't got no choice. Can you imagine?
No, everybody has a choice.
Okay.
That man at Glen Burnie had a choice.
Mm-hmm.
He had a choice.
Yeah.
You always have a choice.
Yeah. Nah.
I just never personally had bad experiences, to be honest with you.
You never been, you felt like you've been, what's the word? Judged?
Have I felt like? Of course.
No, like not. What's the judge? What's the profile?
Yeah, no, profile. I felt like it before, but I mean like overt racism, like not like the soft race. That's just as bad though, for real. But
yeah,
like
overt, covert is worse.
Like the nigger.
Yeah.
Like get out of here, nigger.
Like
I've never had that.
Covert is worse to me, in my opinion. It is
worse. Actually, I think it's worse too because at least when you say nigga, I'm like, okay, I got.
I know how to deal with you.
I know how you feel.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you think of me. So we ain't got to talk no further. I can see why you say
exactly.
That. But
I know how to deal with you.
I feel like that. I feel like that. But I always like question myself. I always be like, man, because I don't want to be that guy that just jumps to the race car all the time. So I really be like,
you have the right to though.
I don't want to be that guy though.
Oh, you don't want?
I never wanted to be that guy. No, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Though?
Huh?
What is throwing a race card?
Like okay,
you have the right
to. For instance, I go into this club and it's a white bouncer, and I pull my ID out. The ID I've had since I was, I don't know, 17 or whatever, 18. Give him the ID. He look at it. All right, have a good night. He keeps my ID. I'm like, you can give my ID back? Nah, this junk fake as fuck. I'm like, fake? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's the end of the party.
Fake,
in
bro.
my mind,
like,
when after you said it's fake, the party's over. The party's over. It's go time.
Oh, so you think it's they being racist?
Nino.
See, that's what I thought too, bro. But then I saw black people there.
They
but I'm
even
like,
got the
don't
joint
matter.
where you can scan it.
There's a black people that work here and there's black people in here and they have like black DJs. But in my head, I'm like, man, none of that matters. Like they being racist towards me right now. That's how I felt. But I didn't want to.
Why don't you have the right to feel that way though? In your mind.
Because I don't know. Because they didn't have a scanner. Because they didn't have the scanner number one. So I'm like, why the hell don't y'all have a scanner like everybody else? Just scan my ID.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I give people the benefit of the doubt, bro. I'm like, okay, there's a black guy that's working here. There's a black people come here all the time. This is like the black bar in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, but then I went back to Limelight in Greensboro. I'm like, wait a minute now. I've seen this before. Limelight in Greensboro was extremely racist. They said they did not like black people. Really? You didn't know about that? They said they did not like black people coming to their club.
I won't be going there no more.
They had a sign that said that, bruh. And there was a whole thing about it on Twitter. I guess everybody forgot about it.
I'm glad you're putting this on the airways because this is going to air.
I guess everybody forgot about it now, though, because I seen people at Limelight. I'm like, okay, buddy. We just
I didn't know. You informing me. I had no idea.
Yeah.
This was, when was this?
This is probably a couple years ago. I don't know if they under new management or not now, but I know at that time, they might have got that dude up out of there. But I know at that time,
listen,
they said they ain't want to
be. That would be my last time at Limelight. That dude's still there.
I haven't been since, bro. But like all of that, so you would have thought, yo, they profiling me right now. They don't want me in this joint. That's how you would have felt at the club.
Yeah, you just articulated it. You just proved your own point, my own point. So
I don't know, man. I be trying to think of other scenarios all the time. You know?
Nah. Let's see. We got anything else? Anything else on your mind? We hit everything I wanted to talk about for the most part.
Yeah, me too, man.
I wanted to wrap up the importance of the black dollar thing, just to give y'all some numbers again.
Mm-hmm.
We own 7% of small businesses.
Talk about it.
We have a buying power of $1.1 to $1.3 trillion. I think that was as of 2017. The lifespan of a dollar in the black community is 6 hours. And the average family household accumulated wealth for a black family is, I want to say, it says about 96,000. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to work, y'all.
Let's get them numbers up.
You know what I'm saying? So
let's get them up. I'm gonna do my part.
Yeah,
no. You gonna do your part?
Yeah, absolutely.
You gonna do your part? I'm gonna do my part. I guarantee it.
Nah, but if you got nothing else, man,
I'm good, bro.
You good?
Yes, sir.
Yo, this has been Relentless Reasons Part 3. We see y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Sir.
Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. Once the haters, handcuff us and maces. Call us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious. Third generation South Central gangbangers that live long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make arrangements. Finally wiggle out that maze.